Welcome, Tarnished. How do you unlock the Revenant? And check up on the actual scaling of each character and what does that mean in-game? Plus things you should do first every single time you spawn onto a map. And lastly, we finish on Relics because that is tied to the actual stats of the characters. But first, let's start with unlocking the Duchess and the Revenant. For this, you walk to the middle table and finish the three-headed dog expedition, the first one, the only one you can actually choose. This will get you an old pocket watch that you can then give to the lady who's standing right here at the table, and she will unlock the Duchess for you. Then you open up your map in the round table hold and go to the small jar bazaar. And here at the very bottom, you can buy the besmirched frame. Open up your map again, teleport back to expedition, turn to the right, and head back into the room. And here on the left side, you'll find a ghost that you have to touch and actually fight off the Revenant herself with her 3 summons. That will then, as you win, unlock the Revenant for you. I recommend using Raider for the unlock because with the Totem Stella, as soon as you have that charged up, you're just going to smash her and her friends around. Makes it very simple. Alternative the Guardian because of the Whirlwind should work well too. Now we get all the champions unlocked and we're gonna go for the Visual Codex. The Visual Codex is super important because it not only shows you what actual scaling each character has. For example, the Revenant is Faith S tier scaling, which means you do want to use seals on her for these incantations. I'm mostly looking for the Golden Order seal, but if you actually go back in the Visual Codex and then for equipment, you can check every single weapon and their respective scaling too, which gives you a feeling for what weapons to look out for. I got the Sword of Night and Flame. That's a Faith scaling weapon. Fantastic. You can get the Blasphemous Blade. That's quite nice too. Or if it just comes down to normal weapons, there are not many that actually do Faith scale. That being said though, everything incantation-wise, every single seal has an S tier Faith scaling, and every single staff has an S tier intelligence scaling. The Revenant has B tier int and S tier Faith, so you can actually use both with her very efficient. When it comes down to Eye, you want to have dexterity stuff and arcane. Arcane would be bleed, for example. Same goes for Executioner, has S tier arcane. You definitely want to have bleed on him. Or you want to go for freeze build-up, something in that direction. For the Raider, all about strength and dexterity potentially. Knowing this is double important as you then also get yourself relics, because this one, the Grand Burning one, gives me +2 to Faith. That one is +3 to Dex, so not so good, and that's another +3 to Dex. But it also has FP restoration up in successive attacks. We'll talk about relics more, but knowing these things is important for weapon choice, spell choice, and then for your relic choices as well. Now, what are the 2 most important things you want to do as you actually join into a map? First, you're actually going to open the map and check where are the churches. Right now, I got a church behind me. We got one church all the way here and one at the very bottom. These churches give you +1 flash charges. So I want to visit them 100%. I want to go back to this, then hit up the boss here, and get all 3 preferable unlocked very early. That's just simply more heals that get refreshed with every single site of grace. The second thing you want to do is you want to clear the camp that is right next to you as you land. The camp should always give you around 4,000 souls. Let's check here. We're gonna clear this out, and we'll get to why this is so important. We killed Dave. This is the Revenant, by the way. You get like a claw attack early on, which is nice. We could also take our summons, but we don't need this. Good. Now we get one site of grace close by. There's always a site of grace close by. The reason we're doing this is pretty simple. 1 level up almost doubles your HP, gives you way more FP, everything. Like that first level up, boom, you saw it up there in my stats. It just means so much for you. You want to have that straight away before you do anything else. And then in my case, I'm just sending it for the church because that is just another heal. It doesn't give me levels, it doesn't give me equipment pieces, but it does give me that bonus heal, which from this point on just makes everything easier. And hell, there is also some loot in here, which could be just normal supportive items, or if you're very lucky, also a weapon. As you're looking at the map, there's another thing you need to understand, and that is these white slipstreams. That's now the actual eagles and in which direction they're going to be pulling you. The current of the eagle. You get these trees, and the tree is pointing downwards. You see the white slipstream. So I can now pick this up, not press a single button, and it will just fly alongside this wind canal to the very end. Which means if I want to get right here, I want to get all the way to this church, the best thing I can do is exactly the fast travel through the slipstream. Amazing. I'll pretty much end up exactly where I want to be, right? Exactly on the other two churches. Perfection. Now, we know that Revenant has S-tier scaling with face stuff. What is face stuff? Often holy. And that's the second thing you're going to do. We're going to look at the map now. And this thing next to me, we can mark it. That would now have a fire enchantment. Fire can happen. This one, bleed. Bleed. Frostbite. So there's actually nothing holy related around me, which is quite unlucky because I would want to get some holy stuff. Well, that doesn't mean you can't get holy stuff anyways. I might drop a golden order seal anyways somewhere. But it's definitely helpful if you're playing the executioner with an arcane scaling to definitely hit up the blood buildings that potentially have something for you. Let's talk relics and how you get them. Relics are the things that permanently upgrade your character. And there's a trick here to actually get even more relic slots or different kind of relic slots. Relics are gained by finishing your expeditions. And the further you get in the expedition, the rarer they will be. There's polished, there's grand, and then there is the complete normal ones. The Revenant starts with 2 blue, 1 yellow. And the mirror you buy to unlock her, the besmirched frame, gives you +3 face. That's amazing. I got one with Arcana and Endurance bonus, and then one with +2 Vigor and improved Dragon Cult incantations. So that's the thing. These relics can drastically change how you play. FP restoration up and hammer attacks. I could always get a hammer to always be able to restore FP as I'm then using a hammer. Or character skill cooldown. That one is actually really good for probably the Recluse. Yeah. If the Recluse then, the Recluse does actually have blue ones. So skill cooldown, fantastic. We love to see it. Now the real trick though with this is, open your map again, go to the Small Jar Bazaar, and here you can buy yourself the goblets. These goblets allow you to change the relics that your character can take. Going back to the expeditions, in the actual relic menu now, for the Raider, we're going to press the down key. So usually it would be 2 green, 1 red. But I could also do a red, a blue, and a yellow. And if I then have a yellow that fits perfectly for the Raider, Endurance, and Ultimate Gauge +3, that's kind of nice if I'm honest with you. Also, just Endurance and critical hits boost stamina recovery, or critical hits earn runes. All of these are not bad because I'll often be able to stagger the opponent to profit from this. Quite nice. The same then goes for my Revenant, usually blue, blue, yellow, or I could go for the goblet down here for the red, red, green, which then allows me to use the old pocket watch, and the old pocket watch actually says FP restoration up in successive attacks. Huh. Therefore, I'm using my improved attack power with claws, my standard claws, together with an incantation to go rake, 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 restore my FP, as I'm then casting my spells to hurt him. One final thing to mention. Right now I have the Shifting Earth Underway Mountaintop event. If I don't like one of these events because I find them absolutely stupid, I could join a match and leave a match instantly. That feels kind of bad. You can also just go to the waiting room, open your map, and then you go to one of the bats. Here, your pastime, rest, and then the event is gone. This might be very important in the beginning because you can only match with people that also have this event. Right now, the event is gone, so I can now match with everyone again. Otherwise, people would have to have this event already unlocked to be able to actually play with me. And we, for example, get stuck in matchmaking because no one had the event. No one had killed the Gaping Jaw, the Sentient Pest, or the Augur already, and we had to wait. Now, as a heads up, we'll definitely be covering every single character. Next up should be the Revenant, because I really do enjoy the Revenant. She's very powerful. We're going to also focus on the Raider and probably the Ein Eye, because these are truly some of the S tier characters that are super fun to play. Revenant, especially when you're on your road with randoms, because she's just so good. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see my first Elden Ring Nightreign runs from the release with the Raider and the Revenant, here's the video. If you have more tips you'd like to share, put them in the comments below. Take care and have a great good day.